Hey everybody, it's Sonjdradeluxe. Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah!
Yeah! Oh god, yeah! That was T. She would be in the studio with me before I got rid of it, and that's how Can I Get a Hell Yeah started, because I decided I was gonna learn how to DJ, and like one night we set up the speakers and the DJ equipment. We had like a 2-person dance party, and she was like, can I get a hell yeah? And I was like so excited about it. So anyways, that's why it's in the video. Every time we were in the studio, she'd say hell yeah back, so it's very special. We just did that again. Anywho, this look, so I was like, you know what, I could use a little bit more of right now, some money. So I'm like, okay, great. Let's do a green money inspired makeup look for fall. Get us into spooky season, poison, you feel me? If you want to see how to get this look, then please stay tuned. Alrighty, let's go into it. So first up, I'm gonna go into the Milk Makeup Vegan Milk Moisturizer. I think this is a really dope moisturizer for while we get into this colder season, because it is deeply moisturizing and lightweight. Whoa. It's been one of my faves for a while. Vegan milk, and it doesn't have any nuts in it. If you're like me and you have a sensitivity to these nuts, like I decided to indulge in a few chocolate almonds the other night. My lip was like feeling a little raw. It's got a little itchy, but anyways, not important or interesting. What is important and also interesting is, look at that, very sad, but then look at this. Brand new, so I'm very excited about that. Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer, one of my faves. I feel like it's like very sticky, so you have to kind of work fast. But they say to wait for a minute before you apply your next products, but I'm just gonna go ahead while it's still kind of wet, and I'm gonna apply the Flex highlighter. This one's in glazed. Give myself a little bit of sheen. As we move into colder months, I'll be using more moisturizing products, but it's still kind of warm here. It's only September, let's not totally give up on that warm weather vibe. Dose of Colors Medium Tan Foundation. I like this one because it's not super dry, you can build it up, but it just really works for my skin. It's also good to mix with other foundation. I look crazy right now with this group. When I blend my foundation, it goes in a little bit better. Giving it a nice finger blend. I always feel like I do these first parts with no mirror, and then I'm like, oh, this is how you do it, guys. And then I look in the mirror and I'm like, Control-Alt-Delete or Control-Alt-C, shut it down, delete it. You look terrible. Probably should have had a mirror that whole time, but like I said in a couple of videos ago, you gotta do it with confidence. Be like, ah, it's fine, it's streaky, we're gonna figure it out later. Okay. Not too bad. Overachiever Concealer by Huda Beauty, Caramel Corn. Generous amount, because hide all your secrets, you know. Also, going a little bit heavier with this because unfortunately I am transitioning out of my summer foundation, even though I just re-upped on my darker shades, forgetting that it's going to be fall soon. But anyways, whatever, we can mix. But I usually go quite a bit lighter with concealer just to really get my highlight jump started. Always put a little on the lips. But the brightness of the concealer will kind of neutralize my foundation color. And this is a beauty blender from the Sapphire Holiday Collection last year. I just thought it really matched the vibe of the video, so I was like, oh, she's gonna make a cameo. Blending it all out in the highest lines of my face where I want it to come out forward. Rushing through this, friends, because it is not too much different than what I normally do. But if you guys, you know what, like I like to, well, I really realize that I'm very much a creature of habit and I have a hard time with change. So if there's some products you think that I should definitely try, let me know. Just like how, actually I had a conversation about this, it's so weird, but the building I used to live in a city called New Westminster, and where Sequin would visit me, the sequel. It's so weird. I decided to stay at my friend's place who lives in Surrey, and we were like, yeah, let's have like a little self-care day. I was like, yeah, I have some tiny minutes, let's go, or whatever, because I live quite a bit further. Like I probably live like a 50-minute drive from this friend that lives in Surrey. Her name's Amanda Ruth Beach. She does beading, indigenous art, love her. But I was like, yeah, self-care day. So we did some skincare, and then we're like, oh yeah, let's go tanning. By the way, next up, I'm gonna go into the Dip Down Fluid line and my 263 brush by MAC, do my bruisey brows. It was so crazy because like I've driven through there, or drove through there quite a bit, because even though I live 40 minutes away from where I used to live, I would still go there to go to my tanning place because I was like, ugh, I wanted to go to somewhere that was familiar. So anyways, this time when I stayed at my friend's house, drove through my old neighborhood to get to my tanning studio, I got like kind of sad and emotional, and I was just like, my old life and all this kind of stuff, and I was like, just kind of telling her about it. I was like, man, my life was so different then. Like, there wasn't a pandemic, which maximizes everything else that's going on in your life. But I was closer to family and friends and had different relationships. And as I mentioned before, I went through like a breakup and stuff like that. And I had so many memories in this one apartment building. And so when I drove past it, I kind of got a little bit emotional. So I was like trying to be G because gangsters don't cry. And on the way home, I like fully cried. I was like so emotional. I was like, oh my gosh, I missed that place. Why did I move? What am I doing? Blah, blah, blah. My studio is there. And then literally like 4 days later, the craziest thing happened. There's a 150-year-old pier right outside my old building, and it was all over the news, and it ended up catching on fire and it burnt 6 acres. And I was just like, what the heck? Like, that's so weird. I was just having an emotional drive down that same street, and my view, the W, there's this W where I'd film sequin and stuff like that, was like totally caught ablaze and everything burnt down. And I was like, what the heck? So I ended up messaging my therapist about it, and I was like, what the heck? Like, I was just crying about my old neighborhood, and now it's like totally burnt down. And on top of that, we already had wildfire smoke from the US because someone had a gender reveal party and they did some explosive thing to like reveal the gender of the baby. It was a nervous laugh, not like this is a funny laugh, but because I'm just like, man, I hope that that baby doesn't think that it's their fault when they're born. Anyways, but the smoke has been here for about a week, and like you can't see the sun. There's been sunny days, the sun looks pink and the skies are gray yellow. So to have this fire in BC at the pier where I used to live in New Westminster was just like, it's a lot. And we also have a moth infestation in Vancouver. I was like, this is too much. My therapist was like, it was really meant for you to move out of there because, you know, it burnt down. I have asthma pretty bad, and like apparently the air was so toxic because it was such an old pier. There's some chemical that was burning underneath, and the building had to like evacuate and stuff like that. It was just really weird. Like at this point, all this sad stuff happens where if you single each thing out on its own, like I'd probably be sad and emotional about it. But now that like so many things are happening, I'm like, oh my god, what's next? We also have a moth infestation here, which they're kind of cute. Like, I had a moment with one on the balcony with T. We saw one and he was like just walking. He didn't want to fly. He was crawling on our hands and stuff. He's really cute. But like in some places like North Van, it's like so bad where it looks like it's a flurry of snow, like a blizzard, but it's just like these moths, and they're harmless. It's not the type that like eats clothes and stuff, but still it's like, what the hell is going on? Wildfire smoke, the burning of my old neighborhood, like it's just so weird. Like, you know, it's funny when you want to make connections like that, and obviously I don't want to make everything about me, but it's just like, what does it mean to have an emotional drive through there when I drive through there all the time? And like, this is like the first time I actually like cried about my old neighborhood and old life, and then it like burns down. It's just weird. So anyways, I was talking to a therapist about it. I think it's important if you're somebody who wants to live life passionately to have a therapist or just a coach about life who can kind of guide you through and cope and all that stuff, especially right now. Those eyebrows might be crazy, but I'm telling a story. And she's saying, you know, I don't think that you miss your old life. You're gonna be nostalgic about it. And I was like, yo, like, you know, like it just seemed things were easier. And she's like, I don't think things were easier because you just said you celebrated your 10th Sunday in a row doing a video. And you said you haven't done that in like years, so obviously you are doing better, but it is natural to get nostalgic driving through your old neighborhood. But because of the fire, maybe you had the feeling of loss because you like felt that something was gonna happen, and I wasn't there like, oh wow, this place is gonna be gone. It's just kind of I missed where it was a year ago, even though a year ago when you put yourself in a place it's like easy to glamorize how easy, or glamorize, I don't know, how easy stuff was in the past. But I'm just like, listen, like I'm not obviously doing as well because I was fighting to keep my studio going and it flooded and like all this stupid shit happened there that was very annoying. And now I'm in one place, I'm in an apartment in Vancouver. I'm much happier here, I'm posting more, I'm feeling so excited about the stuff that I'm creating. Like I did the coolest video I've ever done in my life, which is cue the video, Supreme Pat McGrath without sound. And it was like the coolest thing. We were so excited, we were so artistically expressed. Like I've been searching for that for like a few years, where I just feel like I don't care if it fits. Something that's so me and something I've been waiting for, like streetwear and makeup collab, like that's super dope. And my two favorites kind of came together and did something cool, just Pat McGrath and Supreme. Also, T and I were so excited because like red is so her vibe and like dark and moody, so that's where we went with the reels. And then when we were filming, we were kept yelling like, yeah! So T made this TikTok about it. T linked the TikTok.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was really fun, but I'm just saying, like, I think it's easy to like think about how easy or simple stuff was before, when I feel like I was struggling more last year over a longer period of time, whereas this year it was like 3 months where I was like, I felt like I was in the freaking depths of despair almost. But I'm finding my groove and it feels so good. I'm excited about filming. I don't know if I've ever been consistent in my whole entire life. But anyways, even just T, like we're both on like this creative vibe, and I think that's something that's really cool about quarantine or just staying home, is you're forced to be with yourself and your thoughts and find new ways of being. And for me, that's been, instead of hiding out and being ashamed or like ashamed for not fitting in, celebrating not fitting in, finding the other misfits and having a good time, you know? So I think that's one thing I can be grateful for with this quarantine, is I've rediscovered my independence, my confidence, and my creativity, and I'm really excited about that. I'm gonna snatch the other brow off camera, otherwise we're gonna be here all mother loving day. They are spocky today. Anyways, the little Pat McGrath light medium 2 powder. I'm gonna do my contour after because I'm for sure gonna get some fallout. But anyways, what I'm saying is, even though there's all this crazy stuff going on, like I feel like it's forced me to be more productive, grateful. I take gratitude in a whole different way. I think spending so much time with yourselves, you can kind of go in 2 directions. Also, I'm taking my nose contour powder, the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion. And I'm just gonna do that in the crease real quick just to absorb any oil. Again, in the video that I mentioned before, I was like, I don't want to focus on the business side of YouTube or what I think everybody wants or trying to please everybody, but just to be true in yourself. And I think people will appreciate that more than you trying to, I don't know if it's like fit in or do stuff that's not true to you, because I think it's like very cringy when you can tell. So that's why I don't really be on some of the apps or do things in ways that other people do, because it's just not true to me, and I don't want to serve you some fakeness. I want to serve you some Sonjdradeluxe realness. Anyways, we're gonna get into the Hank & Henry Beauty Poison. Poison. I was listening to that song earlier and I was like, you know what? That's the one we're gonna use today. We're gonna do green. We low-key did a little bit of green before, but I think I wanna do green. So I'm gonna go into the shade of Poison Ivy. Watch ya. Also, I've done makeup tutorials for Halloween on this brush. I've probably had it for about 10 years because I worked at MAC when I was 21, and this is MAC 230S. Okay, never mind, I bought this one because they just made all their stuff synthetic, and that's why it says S at the end. But anyways, it got stained from makeup, Halloween makeup, and I can't get the red out, so just pretend it's clean, and it is, but just don't be like, you know. So I'm gonna just tap that all over. Yo, matches my shirt. Let's try and see if we can do a little round shape. I always keep my transition not too far away to blend out that crease, because I just like to not see the edges, make sure it's nice and blended. Oh wow. Henry is one of my best friends. That's another thing I miss. Like, I was blessed to be able to travel quite a bit, and I would see Henry like once a month at least, and can't do that now. Borders are closed, and I'm not trying to risk it for the biscuit. His biscuit being the biscuit, not saying I don't even know what that means. I'm sorry I said that, but we're just like siblings, basically. Love him very much and miss him. So hopefully this will make me remind me of him a little bit. And it does. Haven't seen him in over quite a few months now. Maybe like 8 months, which is not normal for us, so you know. But we're both alive and well, so I'm not complaining. Well as we can be. I'm gonna take whatever's left over on my brush and just kind of drag it underneath. Oh yeah, oh, let's get in closer. I'm excited about this now. Yeah. So I'm just kind of tapping it. I think I'm not going out of frame today. This is pretty cool. A very big deal for me because I'm always like, then you blend it in your eye, and then if you do this trick that's the secret of life, then it'll be great. Anyways, but no, today I think I'm staying in frame, and if I'm not, that's embarrassing that I just did that. Getting too confident. So we've just used one color and the transition. Loving life, you know. And also, sorry to rant a little bit, but I think it's good to be a little bit human being. I think Instagram's going in kind of a cool place too. It's not so much just like perfection everywhere. Like, I'm seeing different body types show up. I know I got a quarantine bod and chin, but it's like, I don't feel like it's so much what your body looks like, if you got it done, if you didn't get it done, if you're square, pear, whatever the heck you are. I think it's your confidence you wear with it, because I feel like I'm getting more compliments now, even though I feel heavier, because I feel confident. And it's not that I think that I have the best body or whatever, and I don't think that's the goal with confidence, is feeling comfortable in your skin, you know? Like, there's so many people I look up to that don't have like that Instagram body or whatever, or a doctor body, and they're just living in their truth and they dress like they love themselves. And I think that's so inspiring. That's a cool place to be on Instagram, because I feel like at first it was just about makeup. By the way, I'm going into strychnine, but I feel like there was like a big year about, my Canadian accent, about perfection, and now I feel like it's like whatever you like and whatever you choose to follow is, you can kind of find that online, and I think that's cool. So I'm just kind of dabbing that on all over, still leaving the lid area, because I think I'm gonna fill that with the white color called Anthrax. Need help! That's why I feel like now more than ever, instead of just doing a bunch of neutral makeup tutorials, which I think I'll still obviously do because people want to, you know, I don't know what you do on a daily basis, but I think it's nice to have some neutrals and basics, and those are the videos that do the best for me, and I do really like doing those videos. But it's also nice to like switch it up and just have fun with makeup, you know, because what else are we gonna do? We're staying at home hopefully, and I live in kind of the most neutral place, I guess, because we have the most mild winters and we're north, so everywhere gets freaking cold. So unlike the States where it's a little bit more diverse in weather, you can go to snowy places and hot places. Here it's like, it's winter, you're gonna be cold for the next little while. So anyways, we're staying in, and might as well play dress up and find your creativity. I'm gonna go into that color Anthrax now. Tap that right in the center, but I want to blend it. I don't want it to be white. I want it to blend into the other colors. It's a nice little way to start off spooky season. Put a little in our corner. Why the frick not? Just sharpened a Makeup Forever artist pencil. This one's Boundless Bisque. Whenever I sharpen it fresh, I always just do a little wipe on my hand so it doesn't poke me in the freaking eye like I've done many a times. Fill the waterline. I hate that so much. Nose contour product, the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion, right down the sides of the nose, same thing as always. A bronzer that kind of reflects light the same way skin does and moves with you. Going down the sides of my nose, under my nose, turn it up. Tip of my nose, make it round a little bit more. Do most. I don't know if I have separation anxiety or what, but I've hit pan on like 6 of these bronzers, so just for you, I'm opening up a brand new one. This is the Dark Deep Mineralize Skinfinish with a new brush. To be honest, I like a broken in Skinfinish and a broken in brush, but you can't have it all always. Maybe I will change my mind. Damn, okay, she snatched. That's great. So I'm just pushing it into the hollows of my cheeks. How are you guys doing with all this stuff? Like, what's going on in, you know, your state, your country, your province, your parish? how's COVID where you are? Because it's getting, we were like the freaking major city of Canada that was doing the best, and now we're not doing so good because we have a lot of beaches, and I think a lot of younger people are. It's mostly like people that are like 20 to 29, I think, that are getting it right now. And it's on the rise because everyone's trying to party right now. But I feel like maybe we should stay home because you don't know which who you're affecting, you know? I don't want to bring it home to my parents or grandparents. I haven't seen my grandparents in a long time, and I really miss them. And I just really can't wait for this to be over so I can go and hug them. I saw them briefly, but I just want to squeeze them again. And again, I'm grateful that they're alive and well, but it's like, it's crazy. So anyways, enough about the sad stuff. Let's talk about sexy stuff. I'm gonna go in the Lust and Lush. The Luxe is the highlight and touches the blush. This is by Hank and Henry Beauty. Right, y'all, I'm gonna go into this side, give myself a healthy dose of blush. I didn't need to make that face, that was very extra. And then I'm gonna go into the highlight, which is, Luxe is the highlight, touches the blush. Oh, right. That's nice. I didn't know if I should use this one or this one. I'm loving a heavy blush lately, or this one. This is where we're at, and this is what I'm using, and this is what I'm loving right now, and I think it'll go really well with this look. Oh, fine. Also take a little bit of the highlight color. Yeah, that's so weird. Last time my eye got super red, so I'm gonna just, I don't know if it's something on my sharpener or what, but when I sharpened my pencil and did my eyeliner, it went really red and then it went away. So maybe I'm just drama. I'm gonna find a lip and I'll be right back. So I feel like my eyes are a little bare, so I'm gonna go in with the KBD Vegan Beauty Graphite and Lemmy Green. Oh, lemmy. I'm gonna mix the two, I think. These are cool because you can kind of make your own colors. This is my palette right here. Just using my eyebrow brush because I'm very crafty. Gonna make like a nice dark green. No, looks like I'm just making a black. Okay, need more of the green. You know what? Might just go, might do a little ombre, we'll see. So this is what I've got, but it's the same brush as what I do my eyebrows with. Take a little bit of what we mixed here, but the black is like pretty overpowering. So I'll start with that, mix with the green, do a little line. I'm just gonna do that on the other side too so that it's kind of balanced in color. Just wing it out. I just want a little bit of an eye lift. I didn't do my typical winged eyeshadow shape. So I need a little wing somewhere, you know? And then I think I'll just fill it in. Turn it on silent. I sent Tia a really ugly picture of myself and she said that's her favorite picture of me, so offended. But I was just, she's like, where's the video? And I said, oh, this is how far I am. Took a really ugly picture to send her. You know the type of pictures you send to your besties we don't want the world to see, that's what it is. But these are multi-use, like they give me an eyeshadow. KBD Vegan Beauty Super Brow. Oh, they're brow, 24-hour Super Brow. They're supposed to be multi-use. You could use it as a primer, liner, brow product, whatever the fweck you want to use it as. So I'm using it as liner. I should use it in my brows. But I like it because it's like artist paint. You can mix whatever color you want. Just make it a little thicker, just like me. It almost looks blue next to these greens. Usually black is washed with like blue or green. I think this black is washed with blue, but still it's freaking tight. Hopefully I didn't do the go out of frame thing, as I like to do. Trying to FaceTime T to show her that I've made progress. Yeah! She's showing us what she found. It's spooky season, bro.
Yeah. But also like
that's also your whole life. Oh, I love it! It's like I'm dead, but I want a better life, so I'm meditating and trying to do better.
Are you filming this?
Yeah, bitch.
Oh my god, hell yeah!
Hell yeah! I love that so much. I just wanted to show you my progress, but here we are.
It looks amazing.
I hope so.
I love it. No cap.
No cap, bro. Love her. Also, she's editing it, so we're gonna go in the Pat McGrath Labs Dark Star Mascara. You already know we love her. Pat and this mascara. This is my new fave. Okay, so I believe these are the lashes I used in my last video. We're crafty queens and kings. I think I want to use these because I made them a little spiky. These are the Ella Lash by, or Miami Flare actually, sorry. By Lily Lashes. Use code Sonjdradeluxe for a discount. Just gonna run a little bit of a makeup wipe on them to spike them out a little bit. I still want a bit of the mascara from before on there, but I just want to run it through to make it a little bit more spiky because I think that'll look good with this ultra green makeup lip. So I'm just putting a little glue on these lashes. This glue is a little bit more dry. I find when you do glue that is just about on its way out, you should stick it on quicker than you normally would. So before I even do the other one, I'm going to try and stick this one on. Today my mom told me that like when I put a sweater on, because I ordered some stuff, but I was trying on a sweater in front of her and she's like, why do you always act like it's such a struggle to take off your sweater? And I'm like, because mom, I'm trying not to lose my wig and my whole face of makeup at the same time. So yeah, I have to hold my breath. Also stretch the sweater neck out so it doesn't hit my face and not take my wig off. So yeah, you know what? She's a natural hair queen. Hashtag goals. And I could never, and I'm like, that's why you don't get it. Just throw a sweater off. And I'm thick and I be wearing clothes that are tight, so can I live? I don't want to talk about it. Anyways, I don't want to be aggressive while I'm putting on stuff, but she was laughing at me, but it was kind of funny because I'm like, anything you say is funny, mom, because I love you so much. Oh, yeah. See how this one's a little bit more up than the other? I haven't pinched it yet, but I always wait for it to dry a bit and then pinch my lash and the false lash together so it's like they're bounded for life till I take them off. My red eyes are not happy with me and that's okay. Maybe one day we can learn to live together. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes things change when you do makeup differently or products change. I don't know. I do love that stuff still. I'm like, I'll take the red eyes because you're going to take this light waterline fantasy. Do a little bit of that mascara on the bottom. I bet you nobody would even notice that my eye's so red, but because I mentioned it, it's gonna be like, what, you got pink eye? No, no one's gonna say that. Oh, and now they will because I said it. I'm just the worst. I'm just digging myself into a hole. Fenty Beauty came out with some new lip gloss bombs in Baby Brew and Cake Shake, so I'm gonna do both. Cake Shake, which is the darker one on the outer part. Smells so good. Oh, I feel like they improved the smell on this. It's so good. Baby Brew on the inner part. I think it's time to take off this headband and show us what we got. Wait, one more thing. Milk Makeup came out with a new spray. Grip Set and Refresh Spray. Really excited for this. I wanted to try it, so. Don't breathe it in. Ooh, it's nice. Okay, now let's do the reveal. Pretend I took off my headband now. Okay, yeah. Alright, so this is the final look. Feels really weird to have so much color underneath my lash line. Normally don't do that, but like I said, I've just been wanting to try new things and today we went green for a minute. So I hope you enjoyed this Get Ready With Me. Let me know what you want to see next. I'm about to get into some fall vibes. This kind of is, I was like, I'm rocking the black hair today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and follow. Love yourself. Smash that subscribe button, you feel me? Oh God. Just kidding. I don't want to be one of those. Love yourself, stay pretty, and I'll see you guys again in the next video. Take care. Love you, bye.